Single player. We're gonna go normal difficulty because it's been a little while since I played again, but at the same time I feel like I know how the game works enough for it to not be completely foreign. What are you? Whatever, that's fine. Against the alien invasion, undertake a campaign to rescue alien abductee who's more than she seems. Yeah, let's do that. Make contact with a mysterious triad operative. I think I've done that on the Xbox version. Gain access to a device that could yield decisive advantage against the invaders. Oh yeah, I don't really need that necessarily. But let's go ahead and start. No, that's fine. I don't really need that. Trying to decide if I want to do like friends from like outside work or if I want to try and make my friends from work too. That might be funny. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So for those that don't know, XCOM is like a strategy kind of tactical game where you're basically trying to take on missions to wipe out alien invaders and save the world.
In light of the recent extraterrestrial incursion, this Council of Nations has convened to approve the activation of the XCOM project. You have been chosen to lead this initiative, to oversee our first and last line of defense. Your efforts will have considerable influence on this planet's future. We urge you to keep that in mind as you proceed. Good luck, Commander.
So as I was saying, it's a tactical kind of strategy game where you're trying to take out alien invaders. It's really hard. And, you know, like I said, you can make squads out of people you know is kind of the way I always play it. And you basically get this weird, like, excitement for the successes and then severe depression, or in my case, or like disappointment as you watch all the people you care about just slowly die off if you just can't. I mean, it's not really so much a matter of, like, your lack of ability to survive. It's mostly the fact that like the game is extremely hard. It's strategic, so you can kind of plan things out, but then things just always go wrong, and it's extremely difficult so to predict what's going to happen. So more than likely people you care about will eventually die, and it's kind of rough. I always do my best friends, and I think last time I played, I ended up letting all my friends kind of evac from the site, from the mission site, and I like had to hold off the aliens and die while they all got away. And it's just, man, it's like really crazy because I had gone several missions to where it's like I was kind of the established leader of the squad, and stuff like that. So Identify base location. I think North America makes the most sense, but let's look at the bonuses. With North America, all aircraft and aircraft weapons cost 50% less to purchase, build, and maintain. Europe, expert knowledge, laboratories, and workshops cost 50% less to build and maintain. That seems pretty great. Asia, future combat, all projects in the foundry, and the officer training school cost 50% less. That's pretty good for upgrading your soldiers, I think, from what I remember. South America, we have ways. Autopsies and interrogations are completed instantly. Now that's really good for like completing some of the story-based missions that are like, or what am I trying to say, like quests like outside of the actual missions. So that could be helpful, but I usually never pick it. Africa, all in, monthly XCOM funding increased by 30%. That's you know, money's always important in any game like this, but it's never really something I think about all that often, just because it has such a it could keep you alive longer, I guess, in this game, since the whole thing has to be funded, and if you lose funding, I think it's game over, because it's all about protecting the world, and if the world doesn't support you, then it's hard to keep going. But I think if I remember correctly, I just never really focus on it. So knowing me, I'm probably gonna go see, that's just not that great now that I'm thinking about it. I might do Asia, or I guess I'll do Europe. That seems like a good idea, because I mean then pretty much all research production, I guess, will be less expensive in a way.
The next deployment site is in the UK.
I want to say this is just an introductory mission. So basically, as you can see, alien forces are in the area. Witnesses report seeing multiple canisters of unknown purpose. Civilians have been evacuated. I must neutralize all hostile targets, locate and secure the canisters for analysts at HQ. So yeah, let's go ahead and launch the first mission. There won't be, obviously, any
That
of my
object
friends
is
in
different
this
from
one,
the
just because
others.
it's
It does not appear to be the same type of pod we've seen used by the aliens
Just
during
'cause
their
it's an
abduction
introductory mission.
operations. We may gain new insights if we recover it.
Be advised, Commander. Intel confirms enemy activity in this area.
So, as you can see, just to kind of explain how it works, you're working on an isometric view of a grid. I'm currently controlling this Japanese soldier here. As you've probably noticed, all the soldiers have their flag on their back for where they're from. Doesn't really play into much, although sometimes the voice actors are different depending on where you're from. Now, the way it works is if I press X, I can change to my sidearm. There's a normal weapon. There's all these little skills like Overwatch, I'll explain a little later. You can fire, but it ends your turn. Frag grenades kind of like fire, it ends your turn, but you have control over where it goes, and you can basically get guaranteed damage. That's kind of cool, but we'll kind of get into that as we get into a combat scenario. So basically, it's good to play the game as defensively as possible. You move around. As you can see, there's this blue area here that I can move around in, because your character gets basically 2 actions as designated, I want to say, by these 2 arrows. It's been a while, but so like if I were to move up here, I can do that in 1 turn. However, if you move up into this yellow area, it's considered dashing, which means you can get there, but it counts as 2 actions, which you only get 2 per turn. Now, when you play this game, like I've said before, it's pretty difficult, so you want to try to play defensively, if at all possible. So there's cover mechanics in this game. If I were to go up to this cop car, as you can see, there's half shields all around for the most part. That means you are in half cover if you're around it. Whereas if I go to this weird canister thingy they were talking about, you get full cover as a full shield. I'm gonna obviously try to opt for that because it seems like one of my objectives is to recover whatever is in this thing called Meld. So I'm gonna run her up here, And so as soon as I remember how to do that,
Headed there now.
right click, awesome.
This appears to be a containment device
And,
of some kind. We can only assume it has an internal self-destruct mechanism, like the other alien equipment. Although it must have already been disabled somehow.
Okay, so we're gonna left click to collect and there. And
There may be additional canisters like this one in the area. The more we can recover, the more we'll learn about what's inside them.
Any others you find may still have operational self-destruct modules. Be careful.
now I could choose to move again, or like I was saying, I could do a few other things. There's hunker down, which basically gives you more defensive capabilities. Basically makes you less susceptible to damage. Or I could trigger this Overwatch mechanic, which is basically set up so that you end your turn, but you prepare to fire, so that if any enemy runs within your line of sight, you can automatically fire on them. Usually, I think at a penalty, just because they're moving, but it's an automatic attack, so it doesn't have to be during your turn, which is really nice. You can plan ambushes, do things like that, which I'm not that great at usually, to be honest, but it's still a good feature to have, especially if you don't really know what to do. Because I don't really know what's going to happen yet, I mean, it's a tutorial kind of mission, I'm probably just going to switch over to another soldier, do their move, and go from there. So I'll run him up here.
Heading to that location. Okay.
And as you can see, I'm going to keep putting them in cover just to kind of make things safe. Just throw them all in Overwatch for now. I like that where I don't have to see that every time. So as you can see, alien activity, once all your soldiers have done their turn, aliens will start moving and doing things like that, which means that they'll end up attacking you if you come within their line of sight. So I'm just going to keep on moving up, and we'll see what happens.
Visual on the goods.
So, as you can see, there's another milled canister over here. I don't really remember what that is, but we'll go from here and we'll find out what happens here in a second. I'm just gonna keep moving up, trying to keep as much cover as possible, obviously, just so my soldiers don't die right away, because that's something that can easily happen in this game.
I'm on the move.
So, not really seeing a good cover area necessarily, except for maybe like right
On the
here.
move.
The energy signature coming from that device implies the self-destruct mechanism is still intact and priming for detonation. You'll need to move quickly to recover it before it's too late.
Well, that's exciting. It looks like I've spotted an alien too, so let's see if I were to fire, where are they at? Okay, so there's a sectoid right in there. I've got a 45% chance of hitting them. So that's not that great, to be honest. But I'm gonna take the shot just because why not? It looks like I got him, so that's exciting. I mean, okay, so E is to rotate. Q is also to rotate. Now I'm gonna probably go ahead and sprint up here, just because it seems like we don't have a whole lot of time. It's very dangerous, but I mean, I don't really have much other choice at this point, so we're just gonna go all in on it. Yeah, that's fine. Obviously, if you couldn't tell, I'm not the most PC experienced, so I'm gonna have to get used to pressing key shortcuts just to make things a little faster, but that'll take a while. The main thing I want to do here is just get back into the swing of things and get to where I can eventually create my friends, because that's what's most important to me here.
Heading to that location.
First, let's go ahead and collect.
In hand, Commander.
Excellent work, Commander. That should provide us with an ample supply of this substance for analysis.
Heading out. Aye, aye.
Now, if I read that correctly, seems like there's alien presence up here, most likely. So I'm gonna keep progressing forward.
Okay.
Now, I don't really honestly know what this is.
I'm all over. Enemy spotted.
Okay, so there's another sectoid. I'm just gonna go Overwatch just to kind of keep an eye on him, but
Aye, aye, Commander.
don't really expect too much just yet.
Copy that.
See if we can figure out what this is. Okay, so that's pretty much nothing. So I'm just gonna come back here because that was a waste of time, but that's fine. So as you can see, Overwatch is triggering, automatically shoot at him. Missed. Both of them missed. So that kind of sucks, but hey, I mean, what can you do? So he's gonna take a shot at my guy. Thankfully he missed. And we are gonna keep progressing towards trying to find the best possible scenario for like taking him out. You obviously want to try to use as much military tactics as you can. Flanking is highly advised and stuff like that. But also just kind of moving up to try to get a better angle. Oh, yeah, I guess I can see him from here. It's only a 45% chance, but it's probably worth it, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. Can I get him with the pistol? Do I have a better chance? 45% chance still. So I'm just gonna go with the assault rifle. We're gonna try. Wow, that was a horrible shot. Way to go, dude.
Damn it.
Way to be a hero.
Roger that.
That was just horrible. How about you? 50%? So basically flip a coin, heads or tails. Let's go. Man, they're just doing awful right now.
Oh, shot wide.
Yeah, you did.
I'm on it, Commander.
How about you? 45% chance. Let's see if we could hypothetically grenade him from here. Not quite. As you can see, there's like this bubble. It'll highlight everything in red that you could hypothetically hit. And it's like a guaranteed damage thing. So it's not really ideal right now. What I'm going to do is probably just Overwatch, just because I don't feel like I've got a good enough shot right now. And he'll move, so eventually. So, oh god, so she's panicked, which means she's gonna automatically shoot and run around and kind of be a little crazed for a second. Oh great, so he's panicking too because she got shot. So if they're in, close proximity, they'll freak out too, which is never an ideal situation. I'm gonna try and move up just a bit, just to try and get a better shot on him. We'll see. Okay, so 59%. This is, almost 60%, so it's not a bad chance. But let's see, what does the pistol do if I hit him? It's still... Okay, so it's only 2, so it won't kill him. So I should probably just do just the assault rifle. Hopefully I can get him. We'll see. What is wrong with you people?
Oh, shot wide.
Oh my god. I guess let's move up here and try again. No, not Overwatch. Thank goodness somebody can actually shoot a gun. We're not all stormtroopers over here. Now, okay, so there wasn't any, I mean there was probably action, but we didn't really see it, so I'm just gonna keep progressing up.
Heading there now.
Don't really know what's gonna be around the corner, so I'm just gonna go back to kind of overwatching.
Copy that.
Just to be safe. As you can see, there's fog of war everywhere, so... Oh crap, I did not mean to do that. See, he's wide open, so this is gonna be horribly awesome. Like, everything could easily go wrong. So, let's just go ahead and get people in Overwatch to kind of watch his back. Because he's probably gonna die because of that mistake. So we'll see. Okay, so he's safe for now.
I'm on it, Commander.
I'm thinking more than likely, because if I recall correctly, the map goes more like this way than it does. Yeah, see, like those lines make me think that map doesn't really go too much farther than there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start moving these guys up.
Location confirmed.
Hopefully we'll spot the enemy, so we can actually get the show on the road a bit. Gonna watch you, just to kind of get you in.
10-4.
Okay, well that was uneventful. Let's go ahead and move you
Got it. Moving.
up here.
Enemy troops.
Okay, so they're back here. Okay.
Roger that.
Dash you up here then, since they seem to be back in this area.
Yes, sir. Orders confirmed. On the move.
Whoa.
Aye, aye.
Okay, so as you can see, he's in yellow, which means he's flanked right now, which means if I shoot at him, I'll have an increased critical chance. Now, he's already 70% chance, and that's pretty good. 60% critical would be great. So let's just try that. Boom, 6 damage critical.
Recovering
So
this
awesome.
material should give us a leg up on whatever it is the aliens are developing. I'm sure the doctors will be eager to get started.
Now, again, that was a tutorial mission, which means it'll be super simple.
Commander to the research labs. Commander to the research
Things are probably
labs.
going to go horribly wrong from here on out, though, so we'll see. I'm not that optimistic, but that's just
Welcome
because
to
I played
XCOM
this
HQ,
game
Commander.
quite a bit before.
I'm Central Officer Bradford. My role in this project is twofold: providing tactical support for our field operations, and keeping you briefed on the current situation. My efforts should allow you to focus on the bigger issues at hand. Speaking of which, we have a soldier waiting for a promotion in the barracks. I'll let you get to it.
Okay.
Commander to the research labs. Commander to the research labs.
Okay, so as you can see, once your soldiers rank up from recruit to squatty, or is it rookie? It's either recruit or rookie. But once they upgrade to squatty, they get basically a class. She became a heavy, which means she can basically go one of two ways. It'll probably be like a more like a demolition or heavy arms, like a
Commander to the research labs.
Gatling gun
Commander
type
to the
thing.
research
But she for
labs.
now has a rocket launcher, which is pretty sweet. But she's wounded for 8 days, so I probably won't have her available for a little while. But as you can see, her stats, she has 6 HP total, 44 will, which means basically how likely you are to get panicked, which I think that's a pretty bad stat for that from what I can recall. I think it goes up to 100. Her aim is 67, which isn't bad, but it could definitely be better, and her defense is 0. As I do upgrades and things like that, it should improve. So, Ryung Jang is a sniper. That's pretty sweet. He's got 5 HP, which isn't great. His will's 44, so it's just as crappy as the other person's. But his aim is 75, which makes sense. He's a sniper. He should start
Commander
to be
to the research
pretty good.
labs. Commander to the research labs.
Making important shots, hopefully. So you got the headshot skill, which is fire a shot with plus 30% critical chance and extra damage on critical hits based on the sniper's rank, 2-turn cooldown. So that's a really good squatty ability. I'm sure that'll come in handy. Georges Girard became an soldier. So basically he can now fire or go Overwatch after dashing, which means taking the 2 actions, which is pretty sweet. I mean, like, that means he can really get in the action and take someone out pretty quickly, hopefully. He's got 6 health, 47 will, so a little bit more calm under pressure, and 70 aim, so that's pretty good. Let's go back. Colin O'Carroll, which just seems horribly stereotypical for someone from Ireland, became support, which means he's pretty much going to be like a saboteur or a medic. But right now he has a smoke grenade, so it's basically closer to a saboteur type. Not anything too special.
The recovered artifacts are being unloaded, and the research team is waiting your orders. We'll get started as soon as you give the order, Commander.
So as you can see, this is kind of your dashboard. If I go to research...
Hello, Commander. My name is Dr. Valen. I oversee the research labs. This is where all of XCOM's research and development takes place. We have already begun analyzing the artifacts recovered from our first encounter with the aliens. Based on our preliminary findings, we believe we can use them to develop some new equipment for our soldiers. With your approval, we will begin research immediately.
Commander to engineering. Commander to engineering.
I approve. Let's do something. Biology. 8 days, 3 sectoid corpses. Hey, I just got that. It's crucial that we gain a thorough understanding of the alien physiology in order to develop weapons and tactics better suited to combating them. That seems like a good idea. Weapon fragments, 8 days, 5 weapon fragments.
Commander to engineering. Commander
These
to
fragments are all that
engineering.
remain of the powerful alien weaponry we've encountered so far. Further study could lead to advances in our own weapons development program. So basically, we could, I guess, get some sort of alien weapons, which would be pretty awesome. I think this one would actually probably be better. Alien materials, you essentially get alien armor, which would be very effective in keeping our soldiers alive, which would be pretty great. Meld recombination. Invaders appear to have deployed canisters of a strange substance in human-populated areas, perhaps as an experiment. It may also be a weapon of some kind. Further analysis could shed light on its potential dangers and applications. I don't really remember what that does, but because I don't know what that does, let's
I agree.
start
That
it.
does seem to be the most pressing of our current research options.
Well, thank you.
We'll begin immediately. I will notify you when a complete report is available.
We'll see how that goes. I'm gonna go to engineering.
Ah, Commander. I was wondering when you'd be stopping by. Welcome to engineering. Anything they can dream up in the research labs, we can build it here. Speaking of which, Dr. Valen has just sent us some new schematics. With your approval, we will begin fabrication.
Let's see what I can build out. Power generators are definitely necessary, so let's go ahead and do that. Also, it'll kind of connect our area a bit more. Buy and build items. Satellites are great from what I remember, but I don't remember why. I don't remember if they like help you get
Commander to
missions or
mission
something,
control.
but I know you're supposed to
Commander
build
to
them
mission
to
control.
like maintain happiness of countries around you. So, and you get bonuses for having them, I think, if I remember correctly. So, cost 105 engineers. Have 5 engineers. Have $205 or whatever the currency is at this point in time. I'm going to manufacture one.
Our current satellite uplink facilities are at full capacity. We should build additional uplinks as soon as possible to allow for new satellite deployments.
Well, there you go. I can't do that. So instead, I'm going to hold off just until I can actually build uplinks and stuff. I guess for now, let's go to the barracks. Okay, so can't do upgrades just yet. Okay,
Commander
so I can go ahead and
control.
start editing people.
Commander to mission
I think I'm going to
control.
do that probably on my own, just because that's going to take a lot of time. So I guess we will call it an episode or whatever for now. Again, this is my first of hopefully many things I record. I don't think it's going to be something I do all the time, just because I have a day job and I'm not at the point, obviously, where I can do
Commander to
YouTube
mission
full time.
control.
But
Commander to mission
we'll see how it goes. I'm going to try to make some people, whether work friends or regular out of work real life, I don't really know what you would call that, friends, but yeah, so I'll try and do that in the background and get back to this at another time. But for now, I guess I'll see you next time. Okay.